John and I had what I thought was the perfect marriage. 10 years, two beautiful kids, a home filled with laughter. We were a team, partners in crime, best friends. I trusted her with my life, my heart, everything. That's what marriage is about, right? Unconditional trust. But I was about to learn that some conditions are buried so deep, you don't see them until they erupt. It started subtly. A late night at the office here. A last-minute girls' night there. I didn't think anything of it. Sarah was a successful architect. Her job was demanding. I was proud of her. I'd handle the kids, get dinner ready, and wait up for her, happy just to see her walk through the door. But then the small things started to feel off. The way she'd angle her phone away from me, the hushed phone calls she'd take in the other room. When I'd ask who it was always just a client or my mom. The excuses were plausible, but the feeling in my gut was undeniable. Something was wrong. I tried to talk to her about it. One evening, after the kids were asleep, I sat her down. "Sarah," I started, my voice gentle, "is everything okay? You seem a little distant lately." She laughed it off, a little too quickly. "Oh, John, don't be silly. I'm just stressed with the big project at work. You know how it is." She kissed my forehead and said she was exhausted and going to bed. I watched her walk away, and the distance between us felt like a chasm. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But the gnawing doubt was starting to eat me alive. The breaking point came on our anniversary. I had planned a surprise weekend getaway to the same cozy cabin where I had proposed. I booked it months in advance, arranged for my parents to watch the kids, and I was bursting with excitement to reconnect with her. The day before we were supposed to leave, she came home late, looking flustered. "John, I'm so sorry," she said, not meeting my eyes. "A major crisis at work. The lead investor is flying in tomorrow. I have to be there. We have to cancel." My heart sank. A work crisis on our anniversary? It felt too convenient, too cliché. That night, I couldn't sleep. The image of her averted eyes burned in my mind. Call it a moment of weakness, or a desperate need for the truth. But I did something I never thought I would. Her phone was on the nightstand, charging. My hands were shaking as I picked it up. Her password was our anniversary date. The irony was a bitter pill to swallow. I opened her messages, my heart pounding in my ears. And there it was. A thread with a name I didn't recognize. Alex. The messages weren't about a work project. They were about their weekend. The same weekend we were supposed to have. "Can't wait to have you all to myself," one message read. "This cabin will be our little secret." It was the same cabin. She hadn't canceled our trip. She had just replaced me. The world tilted on its axis. The air left my lungs. Every memory, every "I love you," every shared moment of the last 10 years replayed in my mind, but now they were tainted, warped into a grotesque parody of what I thought we had. I felt a cold, hollow emptiness where my heart used to be. This wasn't just a betrayal, it was a complete annihilation of my reality. She wasn't just cheating, she had meticulously planned to spend our anniversary with another man in the very place our journey as a married couple began. I walked out of the bedroom, phone in hand, and went downstairs. I sat in the dark, the screen's glow illuminating the unspeakable truth. I don't know how long I sat there. An hour? 2? It felt like a lifetime. When I heard her footsteps on the stairs, I didn't look up. "Who is Alex?" I asked, my voice flat, devoid of all emotion. The silence was deafening. She saw the phone in my hand and the color drained from her face. There were no more excuses, no more lies. The truth was out, stark and ugly, in the quiet darkness of our home. The confrontation was quiet. No shouting, no throwing things. Just the devastating weight of her confession. He was a colleague. It had been going on for 6 months. She cried, she said she was sorry, that she didn't know why she did it, that she was confused. but her words were just noise. The woman I loved, the mother of my children, the person I thought I knew better than anyone, was a stranger. She hadn't just broken my trust, she had shattered the very foundation of our family. I told her to pack a bag and leave. For the kids' sake, I didn't want a scene. She needed to go to her mother's. We would figure out the rest later. Watching her walk out the door of the home we built together was the hardest thing I've ever done. The silence she left behind was louder than any argument. In that moment, I realized that marriage isn't just about trust, it's about respect. And she had shown me none. The days that followed were a blur of pain and logistics. Telling the kids that Mommy was staying with Grandma for a while was agonizing. Their confused faces broke my heart all over again. But I knew I had to be strong for them. I had to create a new normal, a new foundation built on honesty, even if it was a painful one. It's a long road, and I don't know what the future holds. But I know this. I deserve a love that is honest. I deserve a partner who respects me. And while my heart is broken, my spirit isn't. This isn't the end of my story. It's the start of a new chapter, one where I get to write the rules. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever felt the pain of betrayal, know that you are not alone, and you have the strength to rebuild. Please like, share, and subscribe for more stories about navigating life's toughest challenges. See you next time.